My name's Tanya. Last week we had a short lesson on the order of adjectives in sentences. Today we're going to have a short lesson on adverbs of frequency and their order in sentences. First of all, what's a verb? A verb is an action word such as run, walk, speak, listen. Peter runs. Here is the verb. How does he run? Let's describe how he runs. Peter runs quickly. Look at this word. This is an adverb. What does this word do? It describes the verb. It describes how Peter runs. How often does Peter run? How many times does he run? Does he run 100% of the time? Peter always runs quickly. He runs quickly 100% of the time. Always is an adverb. It describes how often he runs. Always is an adverb of frequency. Do you watch movies? Yes, of course you do. What kinds of movies? We've got comedies, we've got horror, we've got drama, we've got science fiction, we've got romance. Okay, this is Tom. Tom loves comedies. He watches them all the time. He watches them 100% of the time. Tom always watches comedies. Is Sarah. Sarah hates horror movies. She watches horror movies 0%. Sarah never watches horror movies. This is Adam. He watches drama 50% of the time. He sometimes watches drama. This is Lynn. She watches science fiction maybe once or twice a year. Not much. Maybe about 5 to 10% of the time. Lynn hardly ever watches science fiction. This is David. David watches comedies maybe 20% of the time. So occasionally. So David occasionally watches comedies. This is Anne. She watches horror films maybe 80% of the time. She usually or normally watches horror films. So Anne usually or normally watches horror films. This is Mike. He watches drama about 75% of the time. So Mike often watches drama. So we've got always, usually, normally, often, sometimes, occasionally, hardly ever, and never. These are all adverbs, adverbs of frequency. Where are these adverbs? Look. There, there, here, 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 and here. Where are the verbs? Here, 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 and here. The adverb goes before the verb each time. The adverb comes first and the verb comes second. Adam horror movies watches always. Is that correct? No. Let's have a look at this one. Adam horror movies always watches? No, not that one either. Let's remember the adverb comes first and then the verb. Adam, where's the adverb? Here. Adam always, where's the verb? Here. Watches horror movies. All we need to remember, adverb first, verb second. Please join me next week for part 2 of adverbs of frequency.